My name is Xavi Susies. I'm working in the Neapolis. Neapolis is the innovation hub in Vilanova i la Geltrú. And I'm working in the MedGaims project. The MedGaims project is an CBC Med project, which is based in the use of gamification to provide memorable experiences to tourist destinations and, of course, to the tourists that they visit us. So this is the main goal of the project. This webinar has three parts. First one is an overview of the project. I will share with you a presentation, but I explained you before. First part is an overview of the whole project in order of that any one of you can have, the framework where we are. Second part is how this project lands in Vilanova i la Geltrú. This is where, I'm sorry, I'm accepting people. This is Vilanova i la Geltrú is a coastal town south of Barcelona, 40 km from Barcelona, and is where all the project is going to be deployed as a tourist destination. So second part is how this MedGaims project is going to land in Vilanova i la Geltrú. And the third part is how designers, game experience designers, video game developers, and everyone, all of you mainly, how can you be part of this project? Which is the explanation about the hackathons and the creative labs. This is how we invite people and invite companies and invite designers to come to our project and be part of them developing gamificated experiences. So if there's nothing else, I will start sharing my screen and well, I will start doing my speech. Any question in the chat? So hold a sec. Okay, so yes, I'm here. So here you can see my screen, and I will start with my presentation. As you can see, the MedGaims project, as I said, is gamification for memorable tourist experiences. Okay, this project is, as I said, an CBC Med project, which is an European project that runs along the Mediterranean areas and regions. And it has many partners. I will tell them afterwards, but the leader of this project is the Región Autónoma de Sardinia. Here in Spain, we have two partners, which are Itocat and Neapolis. So these are the two partners that are mainly running this project here in Spain. So first of all, as I said, we are going with the overview of the project, which means that what is all this project about and which are the general guidelines of our project. The definition of the project, as I said, more or less, is MedGaims project wants to develop games to revolutionize the tourist site experience. How? Gamifying. And this gamification comes in both ways, with physical and virtual applications, with analog games and digital games. Depending on the platform where the game is set, we have digital or analog. So this is the main concept of the whole project. But every project has some specific objectives. And here we have the three big specific objectives. First of all, the integration of the gamification in a very effective way, where mainly in the public strategies for destination management. So it means that we are going to introduce gamified experiences in destinations, in tourist destinations. So we will have to be able to integrate these gamified experiences into the management destination in order that they will learn how good and how powerful, which are the benefits of the gamified experiences. So the managers of the destinations, they will get all this knowledge into the how do they manage these destinations. So for sure, if we set several games in a specific destination, they will see how these games promote loyalty in the customers, how do they promote the motivation, how do they treat the content, and how do they make the tourist sites evolve in order to become part of this destination, of this gamified experiences. So that's why we are going to integrate in a very effective way the gamification. Second objective, the job creation. That's mainly why you are here. So we are going to develop different games. From these games, one part of the games are going to be created in-house, so we are developing right now some games, but some of the games are going to be developed out, from external services. These external services come in the form of the hackathons and the creative labs. So it means that we are going to incorporate private sector, private developers, private designers into this project. So it means that you probably you will can get a job opportunity of developing a game experience. So you get a job, but at the same time, you are going to make your CV bigger because you are going to be part of this huge project. Okay. At the same time, all these private designers are going to be working. They have to work with the streets of the city, with the museums, with the galleries, with the private sector, in order that we are going to make this private and public sector join, which is very important, following the first specific objective. Okay? And the third one is the increase of the tourism flow. So of course, if we are doing memorable experiences for our customers, for our tourists, it means that we are going to provide them with an enhanced experience in our sites, in our destinations, which means that we are going to give them the chance to visit our place, to have a more distinctive destination in order to be selected as the tourist destination for the holidays, or if the memorable experiences are long enough in time, it can make the stay can be longer. So we are going to increase the tourism flow. These are the three specific objectives. First of all, integrate in a very effective way the gamification, the job creation, and the increase of the tourism flow. Next, how is this MedGaims project doing this? Okay, so all these specific objectives, they come in the shape of 40 gamified experiences in 4 countries. As I said, using analog and digital. Okay, which countries? Italy, Jordan, Lebanon, and Spain. In Italy, mainly in the city of Alghero. In Jordan is Ruan, Amman, but at the same time, the destinations, they are in the country, all over the country. In Lebanon is the American University of Beirut, who is the leader of the project, but they will deploy the gamified experiences as well in 2 parts of the country. And in Spain, this case is in Vilanova i la Geltrú. As I said, it's a town south of Barcelona. It's 65,000 people living in this town. And this is done mainly with 7 partners. Some of these partners, they are territorial partners, and some of them, they are technological partners, which is the difference. The difference is coming, as I said before at the beginning, we have I2CAT in Spain, which is the technological partner, because we have to develop digital and virtual experiences. And we have the territorial partners, which are the ones that they provide with the place, the land, the sites, exactly where these gamified experiences are going to be set. So this is the difference between territorial and technological. All together, we have 40 games, analog and digital. So you have to think that it's 50%. It means 20 analog games, 20 digital games. But this is in the 4 countries. So it means that we have 10 games per country. Okay. From these 10 games per country, as I said, we are developing in-house games and external games. In-house games, they are under construction now. So first of all, we have 5 games now being developed and designed and under construction, and we have 5 external games that they are coming. Okay. Second, how this project is landing in Spain, in this case in Vilanova i la Geltrú. We have developed a game ecosystem. A game ecosystem, as I say here, is a new product because now we have a very big opportunity to deploy 10 games in 2 destinations, which in Vilanova is the city center and the seafront, but it means that we have the chance to deploy 10 games in 1 town. It means that we worked very close with the tourist information office, and we have been working as well with the strategy of the town in order to know which are the goals regarding the tourism industry and the tourism services in the future. So, and we work very close to know what do we have in our town. So what we have here is that we are going to deploy 10 games that they have to work together. If we deploy 10 games on their own, we're only going to have 10 games. But if we deploy 10 games with the same framework, the same umbrella, what we're going to have is a big game with 10 episodes, which means that we have a very powerful opportunity to be distinctive and to provide in a whole city with 2 destinations, 2 very separate destinations, a whole ecosystem. As you know, an ecosystem is a place where different organisms, they live together and they fit together, and the benefits of one comes to the other. So it's like a clock machinery working all together. That's what we created here, a game ecosystem. So as I said, if we have an ecosystem, we have different games and different purposes. Depending on the kind of game, it will give us a different purpose in the whole ecosystem. We have 3 different kinds of games: the hook games, the content games, and the bridge games. Hook games are the ones that awaken the interest of the user from their home. So they can have the gamified experience from their home. If you live in Figueras, in Paris, or in Sant Cugat, you can have the experience at your home, and it is a hook for you to awaken the need of coming to the destination, to keep following the flow and keep following the strategy of the game. So it's a game on itself, yes, but it's linked to the others, yes. So it works as a hook. Second category, content games. It means that these games are content in tourist sites. Mainly they give information about the tourist sites like museums, like galleries or whatever. So these are gamified experiences in the destination. So the user, the customer, the tourist has to come to the destination in order to have the experience. So we have them here. How? Because they probably play the hook games and they want to keep the story flow. And we have as well the bridge games. The bridge games are the ones that connect places. So they are mainly street games. They are games that provide the connection between content games and content games, between museums and museums with different games. So we make sure that we have a flow, but a motivated flow of users going from one place to another. I will explain this a little bit more with this map. Here we have the map of Vilanova. I don't know if you know Vilanova. If not, I invite you to come. Here you can see the 2 destinations. We have the seafront here, and we have the city center. Okay, these are the internal games. These are the ones that we are already developing now. We are developing a hook game, 2 content games, and 2 bridge games. So these hook games comes from the Museum Victor Balaguer, and its name is Sounds of Egypt. And it's a story about Toda, which is well, the Catalan Indiana Jones that we have here. He's one of the first Egyptologists that we have in our country. So this is a hook game that you can play at home. After that, we have content game, which is situated in the Museu Víctor Balaguer. We have another content game, which is in the Spyfar. It's a lighthouse that we have in a very scenic view and a very beautiful place, just over the beach, in a very beautiful place with stories about the sea, about the fishermen, about all the legends about the sea. And what do we need? We need people that go from one place to another. So we have to facilitate them. We are going to facilitate with one bridge game and another bridge game. Here we have the tourist information office. We have another tourist information office in the middle of the town. So it means that we are going to provide the users with a very good motivation to go from one place to another, going from north to south, from west to east, in order that they go from one place to another. And they can have the full experience. After that, we are going to the external games. These are not fixed places. They are proposals of places that you will find in the terms of reference. The terms of reference are the basis where you have all the information, and there is an annex where you have an appendix where you have the places that are suitable for having games. Okay, but this is only a presumption of what could happen. We have places in the city center, in the La Geltrú, which is the old quarter in Vilanova, the medieval quarter. We have the Casa Papiol, which is a 19th century house. We have the Central Market, which is a very lively place full of regional products. We have the railway station, the railway museum, which is very rich and very important in the all around Catalonia and part of Spain. And we have the city center, possibility of having another game. I put here, but it's not compulsory to have another bridge, another hook game at the Spyfar. I mean, because the sea and the stories of the sea, they are always very inviting to do any kind of storytelling. And we have here as well the Tourist Information Office, and we have here Adarro, which is an Iberian heritage site. We have a modernist house in the city, in the seafront, sorry. And we have all this promenade, very beautiful promenade. So these are only chances of deploying games. But what happens when we mix these external games are the ones that they will be deployed in the hackathons and creative lab. Okay? So what happens when we mix the in-house games and these proposals of external games? We have all of these. So it means that we have games that attract people from their home, they bring them to Vilanova. In Vilanova, we have specific content in different places, and we have flows of people going from one place to another. As you can see here, there are more than 10 games, of course. So we have to keep the balance. But this is a proposal. That's why we are called this an ecosystem of games. A game ecosystem, sorry. Third part, hackathons and creative labs. Okay. Hackathons and creative labs are your chance to participate in this project. A hackathon and a creative lab is mainly the same. They are 48 hours of people working to develop a project. So it means that we will set dates, and you will have 48 hours to work to develop a project. And after these 48 hours, you will have to pitch your proposal, and a jury will decide if you are the ones that you have been chosen to deploy the games or not. Okay, so this is the general idea. Which is the difference between hackathons and creative labs? Hackathons are for digital games, creative labs are for analog games. They are mainly the same. The structure will be the same. The timeline will be the same. So, and the terms of reference, the basis and the application forms will be the same. The difference is the platform where the game is set. So one are for digital games, and the other ones are digital, virtual, whatever. And the other ones are for analog games. I have to say that we have the chance as well to have hybrid games. But these hybrid games, is it possible? Definitely. we are playing, so so enjoy playing. But these hybrid games, they will have to be set in one category or another, depending which is the platform that is used more or is more important. So hackathons and creative labs. As I said, hackathons are for digital, creative labs are for analog, and we will deploy 5 games. So we will make 2 hackathons and 2 creative labs. Hackathons and creative labs, they will be set at the same time. So we will have 1 round in October and 1 round in November. 1 round means 1 hackathon and 1 creative lab at the same time. And another round means 1 hackathon and 1 creative lab at the same time in November. Okay. The intention is to have these events physically. We'll see how this COVID-19 situation evolves, and if we have to do some arrangements or do it online or whatever, we'll see. But the intention nowadays is to have it physically. And we will get from these 2 rounds, we have to get 5 games. We are deploying 1 hackathon I didn't explain. We're deploying 1 round for the city center destination and 1 round for the seafront destination. Sorry. So if you want, you can make the application form for both. But if you win one of both, you cannot participate in the other. Okay? If you apply for the 2 rounds and you get the grant for the first round, you cannot apply for the second. That's the only exclusion. Okay, so we will have 5 games, 3 analog and 2 digital, that they will come together with the other games, and we have 2 destinations, and as I said, city center and the seafront. Okay. Here you have a timeline of the hackathon and creative lab. So first of all, we have these terms of reference, which are where you have all the information that you need in order to present your idea for the hackathon and the creative lab, and for your team, and see what do you want to do. So the terms of reference, they are already in the website, in the NECDC Med website from 3 days ago. I think it was last Thursday, I think. So they are already there. I will share with you the link to the page at the chat when we finish the meeting. Okay, so if I don't do it, remember me, please. But we have the terms of reference there. On the terms of reference, you have time to do the application form and to present your idea. Here we have the call for ideas. The call for ideas is, in the terms of reference in the annex, you will have the information that we provide to develop the games, because there are some specific theme, exactly in Villanova, and there is a framework. As I said to you, we have a specific storytelling that you have to be able to connect your game with. You present your idea, your application form, and we will have all the ideas, and we will have the selection. When we have this selection, we will contact with the selected teams. We will invite you to the hackathons and creative labs, which are here. Okay. After this, we have the presential, the event, and the winners. They have 48 hours to develop. Sorry, and it's not the winners, because in fact, it's you win when you do a job and you have a prize. This here, what the project is paying is for the working hours. So they are paying for developing the game. So it's not like a prize, because a prize is when you do whatever job, a project, and you win this prize. Here, what the project is paying is the developing of all the game. Okay, so you have 6 months for developing the game once the hackathon is finished, and then we have the beta version. We will have some play testings, we have some public testings, and then we have you have 2 months for doing all the implementations in order to have the final version. So it means that we have 8 months lab here to be able to deploy the game. Okay. Notes here. The terms of reference say who can participate in the hackathon and creative labs, and the call for ideas means that you give us a proposal, but it doesn't mean that it's a fixed proposal, because here probably when you come here or you see the museum or you go to the street or you see the places, you have some inspiration that you can use the same mechanics, but you can change a little bit, I don't know, the storytelling, the interaction with characters. You can implement some characters, some information that we will provide with you here. So you have an idea, you will be selected for this idea, but you don't have to deploy the same exactly idea, because here you will have some inputs that can make your idea evolve into a better version of the idea. Okay, so and we have the eligible participants. Yes, this is a point from from this project, that they have to be from Mediterranean regions. In our case, we are talking about, I think it's, hold a sec, it's Catalonia, yeah, Andalusia, Catalonia, Comunitat Valenciana, Murcia, Illes Balears, Balearic Islands, Ceuta, and Melilla. These are the applicants that they are okay for doing this application. Okay. And here we have the grants. The grants means that the incomes, the money that you will get paid for developing the games. We have for digital games 15,000 euros for development, and for analog games 10,000 euros for development. After that, if you need some extra equipment, some production, because you are developing a board game, if you need equipment to be deployed in the place, not equipment for developing the game. I mean, if you need, I don't know, a huge metal poster that has to be deployed in the place, it comes apart, and we have the top of 5,000 euros for each game. So it means that we don't have to spend 5,000 euros. Maybe a digital game doesn't need this amount, but if it's needed, we can use it. If you have the production of a physical game, which is probably if you have a passport or if you have, as I said, a board game, we can use this 5,000 extra euros. So this is mainly the amounts of the prices of the grants, sorry, the grants for the job. And mainly this is everything. So if you want to be online with news, you have this address, which is MedGaims, mainly in social media. We will provide you with all the information that is said will be here. And you can write an email to me if you have any question. I can try to solve it. And here is from Neapolis, and we have I2CAD. We will deploy several other ways of connecting with you. As I said, mainly this is the main body of the speech. I don't know if you have any question at this point. So you're asking the presentation in PDF format? Yeah, for sure. Have you seen I will write here my email. Okay. You have my email, so write me here and I will provide you with information. Yes, and I link here with the website where you can find the terms of reference. Here, you have it here. And I wrote down here the Mediterranean areas in Spain that are suitable for being part of these applicants. All of you. I don't know if you have any question, any more question about it. One thing, or you have switched off because I was too boring, or I am the master of presentations because it's very clear. Sorry. No? No questions? Okay, Máximo. Cartoons invented already. Yeah, Maximo is asking if the hackathons is intended to have already formed teams, or if they are more in the ways that mainly we know sometimes hackathons. In this case, we have to think that these hackathons, they are competitive, because probably you will want to get the grant. So it's better if you already have the team before. So that's why the applicants, that's why the call for ideas. So here we won't have the different, I would say, different people from with different abilities. Sorry, we won't have designers or graphic designers in order that you can mix together and deploy. No, it should come done before. That if an idea comes when you are here mixing together and you decide to work together, it doesn't matter. But it should come before. Yeah. Well, if there are no more questions, I will close this webinar. I hope it was understandable. The point of this project is big, because it's big in terms of the theme, because we are going to be able to show how powerful can be games, and the philosophy of gaming applied to a destination, applied with gamification or whatever, but we are going to make people play, and we are going to show the power of playing, the power of gaming. Okay, so yes, Maximo, thanks a lot. Thanks everyone for your time. So yes, if you know anyone that can be interested with this project, or can be part of it, or if you want to participate only helping during the hackathons as a, I don't know, jury or whatever, we will need hands as well. But if you want to participate with the hackathons and creative labs, share these links, share these terms of reference, and spread the word, because it's a big opportunity for all the game designers to work together in a whole project, which is quite unique. So thanks a lot, and I finish the webinar here. Thank you.